Missourians now have 4 constitutional changes to decide upon in August. This afternoon, the governor moved them up for you to vote on in August instead of on the November ballot. One of your decisions to make is if you want to phase out the state's income tax and allow lawmakers to replace it with a higher sales tax. Our Capitol reporter Hannah Falcon shares why moving these questions up is consequential for Missouri voters.
This August, Missourians will decide on several questions that will determine the future of this document. This is the Missouri Constitution, which governs the whole state. And Governor Mike Kehoe did not randomly decide which questions to move to the primary election.
This is a transformational moment for our state.
Of the 4 constitutional amendments Kehoe moved to the August ballot, 2 in particular are facing strong opposition.
These amendments are a total power grab.
Amendment 4 asks voters if it should require a majority approval in all 8 of Missouri's congressional districts to pass an amendment, rather than just a simple majority.
So Amendment 4 would effectively kill our initiative petition process that our citizens have to make laws directly.
If passed, this would make it harder for constitutional amendments placed on the November ballot to succeed, something the Republican lawmaker behind this amendment supports.
If you're going to change the Constitution, you should be able to have broad representation throughout the state.
Amendment 5 is Kehoe's tax plan. If voters approve the plan, lawmakers can raise sales taxes or introduce new ones to replace the state income tax.
We're asking voters, do you want to move to a different tax system where they get to keep all of the income that they make?
We call it the everything tax. It would allow lawmakers to just ignore existing constitutional protections that protect taxpayers and raise new sales taxes and add new sales taxes on services.
Moving up these questions may make it easier for Republicans to achieve their priorities. Past election data shows more Republicans are likely to show up for the August primary, and a poll from St. Louis University of likely voters shows that both of these questions have the support to pass, with more Republicans in favor than Democrats. Reporting in Jefferson City, I'm Hannah Falcon.